So the first part that I'll be explaining is the mode of transportation used by Asialink. Asialink is using a combination of two types of transportation, which is land and water. There are four types of land transportation, which are tanker, 15-ton truck, prime mover, and bonded truck. So Asialink also outsources its air transportation to DHL, and they claim that they have connections with DHL. And Asialink stated that they have 60% of customers who pick up their goods on their own.
There are two warehouses at Asialink where Warehouse 1 stores Shell's lubricants with a lead time from 5 to 10 days. According to the picture shown, the area in yellow color stores goods in the form of cartons and pails, whereby red color is for Shell drums and blue color is the spare area. In terms of arrangement, slow moving goods are placed at the back, average moving goods at the center, and fast moving goods at the front. On the other hand, Warehouse 2 stores console goods such as Bata shoes and One Malaysia milk with a lead time of 1 to 2 days.
So in terms of industrial packing, the goods are mostly packed by the manufacturers themselves. However, Asialink also provides tertiary or transport packing as required by the individual customers themselves. For example, they provide services such as palletizing and also by using stretch films.
Next is I will talk about the material handling. Material handling is the movement, protection, storage and control of materials and products throughout manufacturing, warehousing, distribution and disposal. Asialink uses warehouse managing system and G-shape system to manage the warehouse. Besides that, material handling equipment used in Asialink is industrial trucks such as forklift, reach truck and pallet jack.
Next is for the inventory control. Warehouse inventory control is an important part of any business. Asialink stated that inventory control is very crucial in the operation of its business. One of inventory control method or concept that is applied in Asialink warehouses is the first in first out FIFO method. Besides that, Asialink do a physical inventory count for twice a year and a cycle count once a month.
Next, I will talking about order fulfillment. According to Madam Ching, state that Asialink will deliver goods as long as they are demand from customer. But Asialink need to identify the type of good, volume, distribution, and the price. After that, both parties need to sign the agreement. And the lead time for the warehouse 1 is a 5 to 10 working day, whereby warehouse 2 is a 1 to 2 working day. Talking about demand forecasting. Asialink identify customer demand through forecasting by using current demand and activity flow forecast for 3 to 5 years to determine its customer future demand. Asialink branch at Jalan Demak Laut is not fully involved in demand forecasting. This is because the headquarters of office at Jalan Abdul Rahman is in charge in the forecasting for existing warehouse in Kuching by utilize the data that will be obtained from the oil branch. Next, I will talking about production planning. The most of the production planning set up by stakeholder in order to control the amount of item placed in the warehouse by utilizing the physical facilities available at Asialink efficiently. And in order to cut costs, Asialink do not have store customer good for extremely long period of time, especially for Shell, who usually would store in good for a longer time of period. The item place scheduling of warehouse 1 is said to be within 10 working days. If the items are take out of the warehouse for delivery less than 10 days, this action will be perceived as added value for Asialink.
For the procurement, Asialink provides 3 PL services to their customer, such as container stuffing and unstuffing, palletization, as well as packing by referring to the needs and demands. Normally, Asialink would apply pallets to the merchandise placed in the inventory. Palletization is a method of storing and transporting goods stacked on a pallet and shipped as a unit lot.
Next, I'll talk about customer service. Asialink management has created a customer tracking system called EBP. Its main function is to provide precise status of cargo from pickup point to final destination. It also helps to keep stakeholders updated with the status of customers' products and goods. Another customer service system, namely Customer Service Personnel, which is CSP, is introduced in Asialink management. This is for the management use. The management use this system to inform their customers about their goods and products have already expired and also getting their permission to dispose the products. For customer satisfaction, it will be measured based on employees' key performance indicators, which is KPI, according to customers' complaints, as well as safety rate.
Asialink Cargo and Packaging Agency Sdn Bhd is located at the MTLD Demak Laut Industrial Park, Kuching. There are a few factors that encourage the management to make the decisions to construct the facility at the above-mentioned location, which are industrial site and transportation cost. In terms of industrial site, the warehouse is strategically located near to the pending port in Kuching. This will indirectly lead to the next factor, which is transportation cost. The strategic location of Asialink warehouse allowed a minimization on the transportation cost because it only takes a 15 minutes drive to reach pending port. With regard to the issue of return goods handling, the management will get a confirmation from its customer by sending an email, as well as making a call to the customer if the customer requests to return its goods. Once the confirmation is verified, the person in charge, namely vehicle scheduler from Asialink office, will call and inform the driver right away so that the driver can return the goods to the warehouse. The driver is required to provide a proof of delivery component, POD, to the vehicle scheduler. POD is a system used by the management to record and update the performance of the drivers based on what customers have received and also their reviews. Besides that, LOB is a code system used to process return goods handling on the spot, whereby ZRE is a code system used to process the goods that have been returned after a long time. In this case, the management will implement LOB to investigate the reason why customers return the goods. If the responsibility is on Asialink and its driver, they will file a document and close the case. In contrast, if it is the customer's mistakes, they will be charged on the manpower and facilities by Asialink.
Next, I will explain on the parts and service support for Asialink. There are three main types of parts and service support that are used by Asialink, which are CCTV, forklift, and 24 hours guardhouse.
The salvage and disposal of goods are only applicable for chemical substances, for instance, shell lubricants. The steps of the salvage and disposal of goods are shown as follows. The first step stops the leakage of the items. Next, Asialink will stop the spreading of the leakage liquids or items. The third step is use proper personal protective equipment, PPE or ERE. The fourth step is to mix sand or sawdust with the leaked items. The fifth step is the liquid will be cleaned up. The last step is disposal. Proper disposal will be sent to Trinicans. Asialink should implement the combination of proper flow plans and the usage of appropriate technology. For instance, radio frequency identification, RFID. The next recommendation is regarding the optimization in the efficiency of Asialink labor or workforce.